Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs is currently behind bars facing allegations of sex trafficking, and the case continues to take unexpected twists and turns with each passing day. Prosecutors are now claiming that shocking evidence uncovered in Sean Diddy Combs' jail cell points to an elaborate scheme of witness tampering and attempted blackmail in his high-profile New York sex trafficking and racketeering case. They allege that Combs has gone to extreme lengths to evade federal authorities, including orchestrating covert communications through three-way calls and exploiting the phone access codes of fellow inmates. In a fiery motion filed on Monday, the music mogul's defense team vehemently argues that the materials seized from his Brooklyn cell at the Metropolitan Detention Center were not evidence of wrongdoing, but rather confidential attorney-client privileged documents. Among the items retrieved, they claim, were handwritten notes by Combs himself, protected under legal privilege. In a motion filed on Monday, the music mogul's attorneys argue that the items seized from his cell at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn were actually attorney-client privileged materials, including handwritten notes authored by Combs. In a scathing statement, Mr. Combs's attorneys declared, "This search and seizure flagrantly violates Mr. Combs's Fourth, Fifth, and Sixth Amendment rights." They argued that the deliberate confiscation of a pretrial detainee's private work product and privileged materials, created specifically for his defense, is an egregious abuse of power by the government, amounting to a clear violation of his due process rights. The attorneys further revealed their outrage, noting they only discovered that Combs's notes had been seized when prosecutors filed a motion just before midnight on Friday, citing the materials as evidence to block his release. In a new filing on Monday, prosecutors countered, stating they had not reviewed any legal documents from Combs' cell. They explained that photographs taken by agents of the seized items were handed over to a filter team, which was tasked with determining whether any privileged material needed to be kept confidential. After thoroughly examining the contents, the team redacted any documents they deemed privileged before passing the remaining information to the prosecution. The battle in the courtroom intensifies as a federal judge is set to decide this week whether Sean Diddy Combs, who has been behind bars since his September arrest, should be granted a staggering $50 million bail and released to house detention. This latest chapter comes amidst a flurry of legal motions and fierce accusations. Combs, who has pleaded not guilty to charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation for prostitution, stands accused of orchestrating a twisted scheme to lure women under the guise of romantic relationships. Once under his control, prosecutors say Combs used force, coercion, threats, and drugs to force the women into engaging in sex acts with male prostitutes, acts he allegedly referred to as freak-offs. Federal prosecutors, growing more alarmed, reiterated their firm opposition to granting Combs bail during a tense court filing on Friday. They allege that even from his prison cell, Combs has been desperately trying to tamper with witnesses and manipulate potential jurors, using his family members as intermediaries. Prosecutors argue that releasing him would only fuel his obstructionist behavior. Adding fuel to the fire, prosecutors revealed that Combs's notes were discovered during a pre-planned nationwide sweep of federal facilities. These notes, they argue, are a damning piece of evidence, showing a clear pattern of influence from Combs even while incarcerated. His relentless attempts to contact potential witnesses, including victims who could testify against him, are detailed in these materials. Niyama Rahmani, a former federal prosecutor, explained that the government's case rests on the belief that Combs has been actively obstructing justice from prison. She pointed out that inmates have no Fourth Amendment protections in prison, meaning guards can search their cells without cause or a warrant. Furthermore, Rahmani added, the federal government uses a special taint or dirty team to ensure that any privileged materials are identified and handled properly during searches without contaminating the ongoing investigation. The prosecutor's latest filing paints a chilling picture. Combs, they claim, used the phone access codes of other inmates, known as pack numbers, to place calls to numerous individuals, including his own sons. They also allege that Combs used a third-party service, Contact Me ASAP, to circumvent prison phone restrictions, all while continuing his relentless pursuit of witness tampering. The filing goes further, highlighting one specific call to a witness to, where prosecutors claim Combs' communications, along with his personal notes, provide a strong inference that Combs paid the witness after she posted a statement. The drama is mounting, and with each new revelation, the stakes grow higher as the judge prepares to decide whether Combs will remain behind bars or be granted the luxury of house detention. Diddy is leaving no stone unturned in his effort to prove his innocence.